Good morning. Welcome into Monday Mornings with Murph, and it's the first edition of the new year, the first edition of 2020. And when you hear that, when you hear 2020, what do you usually think of? I think of vision. Of course, I deal with vision issues, and today I'm going to get shots in my eyes in Denver, so I'd appreciate your prayers. But yeah, I think of vision, 2020. Do you have 2020 vision? That's what they consider to be perfect vision, or that is great vision, 2020 vision. And I got to thinking that we're moving into 2020, and God was talking to me about what is our vision for 2020. What is our vision in our lives? What has God given us for 2020? The vision in our each individual life. And I over the years I've heard pastors say, I have a word for this year, and the word I have for this year is this. And I've loved that they've but I've come to know in the past few years that the Lord can give you individually a vision for this new year. We talk about having New Year's resolutions, or what are we going to do in the new year. And I don't know that I totally believe in resolutions. I believe in goals. I believe in things that you could work to. But what I do believe in is if you spend some time with the Lord and ask Him, Father, what do you want for me in this new year? What is the word you're giving me in this new year? I would like a word for this new year. And I've already seen on Facebook and talked to friends, and some of them have already got their new words for the year. One was restoration. I've heard some others that people have got for this year as their words. So I took some time, and I spent some time with the Lord in the last week when I was really sick with this cold, and I just prayed, and I just sought the Lord, and I said, Lord, what do you have for me in this new year? And I feel like He gave me a word for me in this new year. And that word for me in the new year is resurrection. And He showed me that He is going to resurrect things in my life that I thought were dead. Things that I thought that were already past me, that were dead. And things in my ministry, things in my physical life, things that I thought were already dead, that I had kind of given up on. And He said, nope, they're not dead. And He talked about resurrection, and He showed me a verse in John 11. It says, it's talking about Lazarus, and when he had passed, and Jesus had come back and was going to raise him from the dead, and his sister Martha says, no, he's already dead. And Jesus says, well, I can raise him. And Martha says, well, yes, he will be raised in the resurrection that comes later on. And Jesus says, no, I am the resurrection. And God really spoke that to me. Jesus really spoke that to me that, that He is the resurrection. He's the resurrection power and life, and He lives in me. And therefore, that resurrection power and life is always in me. And He really brought that to me again, that He's going to resurrect some things in my life. So I challenge you in this next week as we go into this new year to spend some time with the Lord and find out what verse, what word He's going to give to you for this new year that is the focus maybe that you're going to have for this next year, for 2020. It says, and I love, we're going to read in the Bible real quick before we go. The Bible says in the King James Version, it says, where there's no vision, the people perish. And that we find that in Proverbs 29. But I want to read this in the Message, because I really like how the Message says this. It says in Proverbs 29:18, if people can't see what God is doing, they stumble all over themselves. But when they attend to what He reveals to them, they are most blessed. So when we don't see what God's doing in our lives and we don't take time to find out what that is, we stumble all over ourselves, is what the Word is saying. But when we attend to what He reveals to us, what He gives to us as word from heaven as far as what we are going to focus on in the new year, we will be most blessed. So I hope you have a blessed week. I hope you take this challenge and find out what is God wanting for your 2020 vision. And I just thank you for the prayer requests that come in. Remember, you can always call me, 970-466-4663, or text me, or you can always email me, michael@problemsolvergroup.com. Have a blessed week, and until next week, just have a great week in God.